and that's unusual for me, but I'm doing it and I just share that with you. Now, gold is a different story. Look at gold this morning. It's 30.91. Now, I think you're going to like what I'm going to show you today because I'm about to bring you into the 21st century uh, chart reading by T-Buzz. Now, I always tell people, always compare the current bar to the preceding bar. I want y'all to do that before I go look. Jonathan, uh, what's the example? E-mini?
You want to use XSP. So
Okay, XSP. Okay, the example. Go to XSP and tell me, should you be long or short looking at the preceding bar and the current bar? I want to get everybody's answer. Using that theory of using the preceding bar and the current bar. I'm a 30-minute trader. Should I be long or short or out right now using the two-bar approach? Come on, you got to answer or you can't move on. That's right. Long is the correct answer. That's the simplest form of looking at a market. And that's what a buy signal looks like. Everybody agree? So this morning you ought to be long, regardless of what the market's done on those two bars, preceding bar and this one on a 30-minute bar, you should be long. But let's take it a step further and go into advanced chart reading. That's what a sell signal looks like. That's what a stay out signal looks like. You got to memorize three. Can everybody here memorize those three patterns? If you can do that, then I trade with numbers, but you can trade by looking at a chart doing this, okay? I know because I used to do it. Now, let's look at a TOS chart of the minute. All right. I don't use candlesticks other than the fact I can really see it. And I figured out, hey, this is a pretty interesting way to do chart reading. And I'm going to take you through it. Let's wait. Okay. Go back to the chart and I'll take it through what you got. It's a beautiful display. If you look at RB1 last night and you look at the red body, does everybody see that red body there? Tell me yes, you see the red body starting last night at 6:30. And see, you can use this for stocks too, by the way. Okay. So should I be long or should I be short looking at the body? Is the body that the next body higher than that starting body? So you'd be long, right? Notice it stays higher all the way up and it turns red, but it still is above the preceding bar. Notice that it broke below, but it's not red. That's a little twist there. That's advanced chart reading. So you wouldn't have got out because it's not red. Everybody see that? And we just marched on higher, marched on higher. And then we got up here to that time of night, right before RB3, and you got a first sell signal. See that sell signal right there? Okay. And then you got a buy signal. But look at the time. This is an hour prior to RB2. So write this down. An hour prior to an RB, you don't pay any attention to what I'm teaching you right now. You wait. I used to tell people, and you've heard me say this, if you can tell time, I can teach you to trade. Well, you got to know the reference bars. That happens at 5 in the morning. You might not have been up. But let's assume you were. So you come down RB2, and now you've got another body higher than the preceding bar. Another body higher than the preceding bar. Then you get to your reference bar, and you start getting noise. Everybody see that? Okay. Then, if you drop down, you got your first sell signal when it broke the body of that bar at 7:30, and down we came. And then we get towards the opening, you probably shouldn't trade after about 8, but anyway, then you get that sideways action. And then we started the day. Let's start the day. All right, so the day starts, you got a red bar. Everybody see that? Now your body is higher than that red bar. You ought to be buying calls or buying the TQQ. Everybody see that? And you still ought to be long the TQQ. And the beautiful thing about it, you know where your stop is. This is in the day market, works great in the day market. The low of that bar right there, that red body, is your stop for the TQQ. And in this case, XLP, right? Does everybody have what I just showed you? Y'all ready to go? Let's keep going, Jonathan. Anything else? You got any other slides? Okay. Okay, before the trend change lower. So there's one thing I want you to remember using this method. About an hour prior to reference bar, it goes sideways on you. We're going to have some fun when we go to a regular market, okay? Last night, I talked about a new indicator coming to roadmap. Here's a glimpse at it. I've got some changes. The new indicator will help us determine when and where to sell premium, for example, in XSP. Okay? Here's a glimpse of some of the data that's going to be there. The current price when Jonathan made this was 571.15. 574.30, 567.70. See those two numbers? Tell me you see those two numbers today. Okay? So, let's look at the XSP. Jonathan, let's go. You got another slide or is this it? Let's go to a live market, look at the XSP. Let's go live, look at the XSP. Remember that number. First, this is where you probe. Looking at the roadmap, the body is higher, so you should be long, and your target is going to be that, your first target would be that number up there. What is it, Jonathan? 574.40? 574.30 would be your target, okay? So let's go back. Draw a line at 74.30. With this indicator, okay, there's money to be made. You got a long situation here. You could do it two ways. You could buy a call, but on the weekend side hustle, I typically will sell premium. Okay, let's go back to the indicator. Go back to the indicator. The indicator says 567.70. Jonathan, what's a 568.67 for Monday? Put, selling a put.
That's about 26 cents.
I'd do it all day long, 27 cents. So see how you generate that trade? Now, what if I decided to buy a call? If I bought a call, I'd go about $3 on a call. Where's the call, Jonathan? For $3. Just pick one out for Monday.
3-hour call is 575.
Yeah. So there's two trades that I could generate with the new indicator. Everybody see how it's going to be easy to grind out money with my weekend side hustle? Now, let's go look at a couple stocks. Does everybody have the lesson I did today? This is a wonderful lesson for you to go from wondering what to do, and now you can see it play out in real time. Okay. Jonathan, let's go, if we can, to the roadmap software. We know RB. Let's go to the Seven Sisters. Go to the E-mini. Let's just look at everything. And I'm going to ask them, looking at what I've taught you today, should I be long? I want everybody to answer because I want you to get this. Where would you be wrong? You'd be wrong at the low of that green body right there, which is 50, what is it, Jonathan? 52, 57, 52?
You talking about this right here?
Yeah, that low of that bar, 57, 52. That's where you'd be wrong if you went long. Okay? Let's go to NASDAQ and do the same analysis. If you hurry, we might have another gold trader. All right, NASDAQ, you should be long. Where are you wrong? The low of that green body, your firm bar is 277, Jonathan, right there. That's where your stop would be if you were long. Okay? All right, let's jump to, let's look at crude oil. I need to look at it anyway. Let's look at crude oil, see what it's telling us. Crude, you should be long. Where would you be wrong? Below 68.57, lower in the body that led you to be long. All right, Jonathan, I think we ought to jump over to QQQ. I'm going to test you. What should you be long? The QQQ, a $3 call option out about 10 to 15 days. But where would you be wrong? Right there when the underlying broke 483, I'd call it 483.40. I'd give it a little room, 10 or 15 cents. But that Tamara's got it. She's calling it out faster than me. Okay, let's go to, we did the QQQ. Let's go to FCX. To start out now, this is how I evaluate a stock. First, Jonathan, if you look at that, where should you be long? You ought to be long if it takes out the high of that body. You get above, what's the high of the reference bar there, Jonathan?
The high of the reference bar is $40.69.
Yeah, you get above that, then I would take it out, okay? Where would you be wrong? If it broke the bar preceding. Where's that low right there, John? About 40.20, something like that?
Yeah, close to that, yep.
You can do any stock with this technique, keep your losses small and let your gains go. Now I want to do GLD. This is the fun one. You know, when I've been trying to find trades all week and I couldn't find them, Jonathan, we did one on GLD in our live trading, didn't we?
Yeah, booked a profit this morning.
Yeah. Well, I was long because I had the same setup when I had the class yesterday. But look at that. If I was trading gold futures, gold options, I'd do it. See that? Where am I wrong, Jonathan? Let them tell you. Don't tell them. Where are you wrong if you went long? They have it? You agree with it, Jonathan?
Yeah, based on what you taught today, lower
Yep.
that body, 230.
Yeah. This technique I taught you today, in my opinion, is something that it ought to make you very happy to get, in my opinion. Now, y'all want to take it one step further? Jonathan, put this in there. Put an option. No, Dave, this is a technique to help you. You know, I use numbers, but I'm showing, I want to be humble about this. I've seen chart readers my whole 40 years of trading, I've never seen anybody teach this. I'm just telling you, folks, you're at the academy and it's good reason. You're learning stuff, okay? And you're gonna keep learning stuff like this that people don't know. You know how I know? Because I did it with real money. I learned techniques. Now this is gold. Everybody see gold. Pretty awesome, isn't it? By the way, we're using June futures. You want to do June futures?
Yeah, this is GLD. I'll throw in June futures. Where do you want
Always futures. That's telling me whatever I sold on puts on there, I should have sold a lot more because it's a hell of a trade.
You do have
Anyway,
a second put working time for the T-Bus program. That one's doing well too.
do what now?
You do have a second put spread working for the T-Bus program, and that's doing well also.
All right, so here's what you should have learned today. You learned the basic patterns of chart reading I taught you, and now you take it deeper looking at the body. Now let's have some fun. Let's go to a Thinkorswim and call up a $3 option 10 days out.
$3 option, 10 days out on GLD.
No, just on you can do it on QQQ.
Oh, okay. 10 days out. We go 8 days or 11 days.
11. Always default to the bigger time frame.
The $3 option is the 496 call. It's about $3.07.
All right, go to a chart, 30-minute chart.
The charts look better on Thinkorswim. Let's use Thinkorswim.
Yes, what I mean, do the Thinkorswim chart.
Of the option, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Hang on just a second. I'll bring it up. And this is a 30-minute chart of the option.
Can you make it bigger where they can highlight it?
Yeah, I'll just do today only.
Yeah.
Oops. Hang on a second. Oh, that'll work. That will work.
Okay. Is that the first bar right there? Show me the first bar. That's the first bar.
Yep.
Then the second bar is there, right?
Right.
And that price is what?
263 or so.
All right, 263. And the current bar is what?
Currently trading 301, open at 292.
Okay, so you could set up a trade, okay, by if the thing continues on up, time-wise though, Jonathan, we're within an hour of the reference bar, right? 11:30, so you can't do it now. But I want to show you the technique. The technique would be you got long, right? You got long, what price did it open at? 252?
Open
Up there,
at
no, the bar,
233.
the last bar, the last bar.
The last bar, 292.
292. So you got long, okay? And your stop would be at the preceding bar, which is at 250. That's the way you'd set it up. Your target would be, looking over here, would be the low of that red bar. What's that low of that red bar right there, Jonathan? About 3 something?
The low of this red bar is 333.
Yeah, that'd be your target on that trade, which is about 10% trade just on this example we used, okay? How many people, let me ask this question. With what I've shown you today, how many people would like to have continual live trading with me Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday? Okay, if you haven't joined my live trading, Jonathan put a link up there where they can get joined on that, okay? We'll be doing it. If you don't join after what I showed you today, then I'd have to question whether or not you really want to learn how to do this, because I'm meeting Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday live from 11:30 to 12, going through things. We're already, we're already starting to build a record with people. We had gold in that, didn't we?
Yes.
Right. All right, so
Yes.
Jonathan, I got done. Let's take a break and come back. What time we got to come back? Fred's in there, I know.
It's 11:30. It's in a separate Zoom room. So if you joined today, be sure you check your welcome email. There's a link to join
Yeah,
the Telegram channel.
just to tell you, I don't have 300 slides to tell you how good this is. This is how I built DTI, because no one, I'll tell you the story. When I used to go out to the trade shows and everything, I'd trade live in front of people. I developed techniques that I use to this day. And I figured out, why should I keep all these techniques to myself? Why don't I show people in real time Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday? I'm doing it. So get part of it. That's how you sign up. Let me know if you're new or not. I know a lot of people's already signed up, but if you're new and sign up, let me know and I'll pay particular attention, make sure you got everything you need, okay? I'm developing an indicator also that will put all this in a format where all you had to do is look at the indicator. It says, it does all what I just showed you. It says, hey, buy or sell, right? I ain't got there yet, but I got one coming, an indicator. But the only indicator that's available with WPC is the strategy indicator. I'm gonna bear, and just where you'll know, last night I said if you join WPC, I wouldn't charge for it. In the future, I'm going to charge for it because it's just a lot of expense and work for me to do this. But I'm going to make sure that everybody here gets where they need to be. And I'm gonna put what I have in my head, I'm gonna display it for you where you can see it too. People are gonna love Weekend Side Hustle. That's what I was making the point last night. So, but get joined from a live trading. We'll have the scholarship out of the way probably by the end of next week. So get on board, don't miss today. We'll be starting at 11:30. Any questions? You got any questions? Call 904-706-3532. What I'm trying to do, I decided I got some great strategies and I'm trying to build, you could call it a table or what, but it's a strategy indicator for the strategy to match the strategy. And I'm going through the strategies and I'm going to roll out these indicators to make every program supercharged. That's my goal. Okay, because I want you to make money. If you get the indicator, it's a lifetime. I'm giving you if I give you the indicator, it's a lifetime. The indicator will be lifetimes and priced accordingly, okay? So I'll say this, all my people in my live trading, I'll do the same thing. The current members will get the indicator I create for that at no extra charge. But after I roll it out, I will start charging for it. Okay. That's more than fair, I think. Okay. So if you chicken, fish, or steak, you get in now. If you want to wait, procrastinate, you'll be listening to everybody talking about all the money you make. Because I decided to take what I know and show you. One, you'll receive the indicator when it's ready to go. I'm estimating no longer than 21 days. Okay? No longer than 21 days. I gotta get with the program. I still gotta see what he did for me on a master indicator, but I gotta look at it and see. All right, y'all have a good day. I think we covered a lot, Jonathan. I'll be back at 11:30. What do you say?
Sounds like a plan. I'll close this room in a few minutes and open that one for 11:30.
Come trade live with me. Here's your chance.